What's going on, guys? Ethan here at Soundwave Customs. Ethan with no hat, Ethan. Coming at you, not live. Unfortunately, Facebook is not allowing us to go live. I'm sure they're probably just updating, or there is a ton of people waiting for Tech Tip Tuesday from Soundwave Customs, and you guys are filling up their servers. No, I'm just joking. Let's hope that's the case. So we could not go live today. Normally, we're going to come at you live. This is a new thing. This is the first episode. We're going to come at you every Tuesday, and we're going to try to make this as quick but cool, educational, and interesting as possible. So we're going to start with this 2016 Toyota Tundra that we're upgrading for this client. And while we're right in front of the Tundra, we're going to talk a little bit about our PPF film and vehicle protection that we use. And this is mandatory for every vehicle, and this kind of shows you the level that Soundwave Customs operates on. This is not optional. It doesn't matter if you have a newer body style Tundra or an old car that has scratches and dents. We protect every vehicle because your car is our baby. So we have paint protection film on the areas that we're working on the body. We have throwaway seat covers that we use. We have steering wheel covers. And we'll show you inside this truck, and we even have Soundwave Customs floor mats like your car dealers that we put on the floor when we're working on the vehicle. So we'll show you the front real quick. Like I said, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I want to get to the tech tip part, which I'm going to show you, what's entailed on an amplifier install today. So as you see, we got the steering wheel cover and the floor mat, and this is a non-throwaway seat cover. This is a reusable one with Soundwave Customs on it, of course. The neoprene material, soft on the bottom side to take care of your leather or your cloth interiors. And let's go to the side that we're going to talk about Tech Tip Tuesday. So this vehicle, we're doing some audio upgrades, and we're not going to get into all the details on it. But a lot of customers come in and will show or be interested in getting an amplifier. This truck, we're installing a 5-channel JL Audio XD1000/5. And for those of you that do not know what a 5-channel is, it is basically almost 2 amps in one shell. The 4-channel runs the front and rear doors. The 5th channel is dedicated for a sub or subwoofers. Of course, client specific or on that. Sorry. So it's not live. We're not even gonna edit this. It's just, live mess ups. We're still gonna come at you with all bloopers and everything. So we actually unbolted the seat in this Tundra. So we go to the extra length of doing amplifier installs, and we will show you this. Let me grab my light there so you can see that. So here you have this beautiful JL Audio 5-channel. We use ABS plastic material. We actually routed this out in our fabrication shop to utilize the factory bolt holes from where the factory amplifier was. You can see that one right there. So we did not drill any new holes. We used the factory bolts as well. So this is easily removable, and all the wiring is very clean and, nice and tidy in there. We used a factory amplifier bypass harness to bypass the non-JBL Toyota amplifier, and everything behind the scenes under this rack is already bolted in here, is labeled, and I'll show you that. So as I was explaining to you, here are our label makers. This one prints on heat shrink, and there's a heat shrink labeled front left, probably a speaker wire for this case in this amplifier. And we label everything from speaker wires to RCA cables to factory wiring to what we connect to, and that way if this customer has to move out of state and another 12 volt or mobile electronic shop has to work on the vehicle or upgrade or change anything, they know exactly which wire is what without pulling out a multimeter. Or even if they have to come back here to add or change anything and another technician works on it, they will already know exactly what each wire is for. It is the proper and professional way to do things, and we always go the extra step here at Soundwave Customs. So here's a couple of label makers that we have right here, some different size heat shrinks that we are showing you. So once again, as I was explaining, we label every wire on this amplifier install. We also fully meter tune the amplifiers as well, but that is a whole nother Tech Tip Tuesday. We'll get to how to properly tune an amplifier at a later time. We used a beautiful ground up in the seal plate. So use a nice ground there, all of course PPF film. This is running off of factory radio in here, and then we integrated, you couldn't even tell unless I showed you, this is the JL Audio bass knob right there, right next to the customer's factory USB and auxiliary ports and cigarette lighter ports as well. That is an aftermarket bass knob that we added on. And of course, when we take stuff apart, we use sandwich bags labeled with what the vehicles or the bolts that we took out for the seat, so that way we know these are the seat bolts. And if we take a door panel off, we'll have one labeled, passenger side front door panel, and so on and so forth. So a lot of customers ask me you know, in the showroom when they buy or purchase an amplifier, or might be interested in purchasing an amplifier, why is it so expensive or a little bit pricey to install? Well, we don't just throw the amplifier in the car. That's not who we are. That's not what we do. We are professionals. We go through all kinds of lengths of training and years of experience to do this, so we do it the right way. Let me show you the factory amp that came out of this Toyota, and of course we're giving back to the client. So once again, we utilize those bolt holes we showed you. We literally only unplugged this amp, and we used a PAC audio amplifier bypass harness. So this amp could literally be bolted right back in, plugged right back in, no wires cut. And a lot of people ask me as well, hey, I want to upgrade my audio in my vehicle, but it's a leased vehicle. We could do that as well. Once again, nothing that is detrimental to the vehicle by any means. So as you can tell, there's a lot of work that goes into this process, not only removing the seat, but making a custom ABS amplifier mounting board, lining up the factory bolt holes so we don't have to make any new holes, and then running all that wire and making sure it's clean. And if you look under the steel plate, it looks 100% factory. So with the ground and the wire that runs in there. So that's where we have this going into this truck. Also, when we take care of these vehicles, and we showed you a little bit about the paint protection film and the stuff that we use, if you want to go behind the vehicle, we have a vehicle cart that's dedicated to every vehicle that is in our installation facility. This cart right here there's your seal plate that we took off, where the wiring goes, and the customer's kick panel, stuff like that. And personal items that were in the customer's vehicle that we had to remove for installation purposes. So this truck cannot move because this big cart's in there that's tall. It's taller than even a lifted truck. So my technicians will have to fully put all this stuff back in the car. That way we make sure nothing gets misplaced. And then they move the cart, and the car, or in this case, the truck gets backed out of the installation facility. So once again, I know this is tech tip. The tech tip of today is what's entailed in an install. Like I said, a lot of people think is, $50, throw the amplifier in there, wire it up, let's create some sound. That is not the case. There's a lot more that goes into it. You guys spend a lot of money on your vehicles. Vehicles are not inexpensive nowadays, so you want it done right professionally. Also, another quick tip is I've seen customers that have tried to wire their own amplifiers and literally caught their vehicles on fire. It is a very dangerous thing. Just because it's not household 120 volt power, 110 volt power, at 12 volts will still catch your vehicle on fire, so you want to get it done by a professional. We hope you found this interesting. As always, check us out on all social media channels at Soundwave Customs. Call us at 757-648-8888. Check us out at soundwavecustoms.com. We'll see you next Tuesday, live this time. Hopefully they fix it before then. I'm sure they will. Facebook is always great with doing that. A lot of you guys are home. Hopefully everybody's safe and doing well in this time. Hopefully you enjoy this Tech Tip Tuesday from Soundwave Customs. See you next time.